We've been talking a lot about knee pain, but we haven't talked about how we treat it. So the number one thing we do here at Midwest Movement is we assess motion. Okay, so a lot of people come in, their knee's a little stiff, it's locked up. Joints like motion, and that's wherever. It's the neck, back, doesn't matter. Joints like to move. So through one of our methods we treat with, the Mckenzie Method, it's all about finding the directional preference of the joint. So when I find a directional preference, it is the way we move a joint that reduces symptoms. Okay, that could be a whole host of things, but the most common is extension. So if anyone's ever seen us treat, we give people the press ups or whatever for back pain. We extend the knee when people have knee pain. What that will do typically is it tells the brain that the joint is safe. So that safety that we're creating by moving it over and over and not causing more problems makes the joint relax, it calms the muscles down, and it makes the tissue inside move better and start to remodel. All right, so if we have a meniscus tear and we move the joint in extension over and over and over again, that directional preference we've established will then remodel that cartilage, that cartilaginous tissue that makes things heal inside. So that's the number one thing, assess motion. Number two is we love getting some needles in the knee. So when you do dry needling, the irritation you're causing with the needle actually starts that healing process and it makes things move faster. So when I needle a knee, I might do the quad tendon above it. We might do inside the joint where there's the meniscus lining or the cartilage. And then we might even do the IT band. So a lot of those tissues are all part of knee pain, and when they're tight, it irritates the knee. So that's one thing. Another thing that we love to do is rehab. When you have a knee issue, the most likely fix for it is just get it working again and get it used to being under load and moving and solving problems. So when I say solving problems, I mean, when I have a joint and I say solve problems, I mean that we take that joint, we put it in real life positions and we make it work, okay? That doesn't mean we load up a squat bar and we make you move it. It means, maybe you lunge down to pick up your kid. Maybe you bend over to tie your shoe, all right? So the knee needs to be able to handle those life loads in order for it to heal. So when we rehab a knee, we look very closely at the glute. If that hip is not functioning properly, that knee chews up a lot of force, and that's when we start getting pain and wear and tear problems. Another thing we do is we look at the ankle. If the ankle's moving well, then that's really also going to take a lot of pressure off that knee, and the foot needs to be stable. So if I'm rehabbing a knee, a lot of times I'm not even working on the knee, I'm working on the hip and I'm working on the foot and ankle. So when we combine all of those pieces, the directional preference, the dry needling and or tissue work, and then rehab, things move really fast and we get a lot of knees better without having to go need surgical intervention or any imaging.